Mason and I are gonna write like a 3, 4, 5-page screenplay, a short comedy. So what's gonna happen is Josh and Ian have each written out a prompt for us. We have no clue what it's gonna be. They're gonna give it to us. We're gonna mix them up, and then we're gonna pitch it to each other, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna write from there. So guys, do you want to hand us the prompts?
Hand me the prompt.
Hand me the prompt.
I need a prompt in my hand.
Mix them up amongst yourselves.
All right, mix them up. I'm not doing much there. Do that and that. And one more.
Not that one.
No, not that one. All right. 45 seconds starts now. Clock, go. Mason, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna improv through it. Should I read the prompt?
Yeah.
Prompt is horrible cook tries to impress a Tinder hookup in the morning.
I love it.
Okay, so we begin with the end of their day. They stumble in. They have a great, like, kind of a passionate makeout. If it's a hookup, it's okay. They get to the bed, you know, they do their thing. We fade into black. They wake up in the morning. This guy, he's up before she is. So we open on her. She's in the bed, still asleep. She wakes up. He's cooking. You know, he's in his underwear, maybe naked, just cooking, grilling, you know. And he's cooking bacon on the stove. I've done this before. He's throwing in other stuff with the bacon before it's done. So it's not going to be good. So he's throwing potatoes in, he's throwing peppers, all that. Basically, he makes it, he cooks it to where the bacon is still raw. So she takes it, and because she's nice, she's kind of the main character, I think, in this. This is
We're
where
following her.
We follow her.
He's like he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't know.
He's a
about
nice
him.
guy. He's trying his best, but he doesn't know he's cooking a horrible food that you can't eat because it's raw pork. He gives her this raw pork. She doesn't want to be rude, so she, eats some of it. No big deal. She eats some of it. He kind of, pressures her into, how's the food? He tried really hard. He wants to impress this girl. He likes her a lot more than she likes him. She eats the food. They kiss goodbye. She goes on her way. Then she goes to the gym, hits the treadmill, hits some weights, all of a sudden feeling queasy. Steps outside. Steps outside, sits on the curb, tries to breathe through it. Projectile vomit. It just all over the ground outside the gym. And then for the ending, I think where we hit the joke is he shows up at the end when she's projectile vomiting. Maybe she's projectile vomiting on him? I don't know. I don't know how to work that in there. I don't have the ending, but that's...
It'd be funny, if she's outside and she's like, oh, I do not feel good. And then he's like, oh, Kim, good to see you. Like, he's got his gym bag on, and he's like, oh, hey. And then she's like, oh, all over him.
Okay, and then we got to, I think we could, for this one, we have to tie in this horrible cook thing one last time. And I'm not sure how, but...
What if he had it on him?
He's eating it at the gym?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I brought some as, my gains.
Yeah, look, Kim!
Hey, Kim! And she's like, whoa. I don't have that much.
That's okay.
That one friend who's awkward on his own, but great in social settings. So, we open up on a character that is just fucking killing it in, a social setting, as the prompt states. Get him right at the back end of saying a killer joke, right? And then we're throwing, another party get-together kind of thing. And I go, hey, I have to run an errand, main character, can you... When people start showing up, can you hang out with them and distract them for a little bit? And then I take off, right? And then, you show up, and the character's there, and it's just fucking cringy, oh, I don't know what to say.
Awkward, just silence.
And then the second a third person enters the room, that person's like, whoa, I'm all cheery and having a good time.
Then they leave again.
And then they leave. They're like, yeah, I got to go to the bathroom. And he's like... That's fucking funny. Okay, so of the 2 prompts that we got, that one friend who's awkward on his own but great in social settings, and what was yours?
Horrible cook tries to impress a Tinder hookup in the morning.
All right, we've deliberated amongst the group. I think today we've decided we're gonna be writing Mason's prompt, the horrible cook. So let's get after it.
Yeah, the horrible cook tries to impress a Tinder hookup in the morning.
In the morning. Okay, so interior, we're in a fancy restaurant.
Candle
restaurant.
lit. It's really nice. The waiters. Maybe we can start up with him talking about how good of a cook he is. He's got to hype it up. He's got to hype up how good of a cook he is. And maybe even the waiters know him as a chef.
We're gonna name him Nick. He's in his 30s.
Okay, I imagine Nick Kroll now.
Okay, Nick Kroll. Yeah, no, perfect casting. And Catherine.
Catherine.
I gotta capitalize it though, because it's the first time that we're seeing a character. Catherine. She is in her late 20s, so she's dating an older dude.
Okay.
And they have nice food in front of them.
Yeah, I'm thinking lasagna for him, chicken parmesan for her.
Okay, lasagna. We're getting
I mean, we don't need to write that.
No,
in the
I said
script,
there.
but just gotta envision it, you know. Lasagna for him,
Essential.
chicken parmesan for her.
Wine.
They have wine, of course.
I'm just gonna put the
candles.
word wine.
Wine, yeah.
Candles. Okay, so what's the line here?
I learned to cook from my grandma when I was just a little kid. It was some of my favorite memories were cooking in the kitchen with her. Now I use her family recipes and everything.
And then he's gonna be a dick. He's gonna say she would never use this many layers
Oh, yeah.
of pasta.
Picking apart his lasagna.
Absolutely absurd. And she says, yeah.
I think he should call the waiter over now.
He's calling the waiter.
Yeah.
Okay, what does he
Excuse
call?
me. Yeah, excuse me. Maybe he says to the waiter, "My grandma would
Grandma.
disapprove of this lasagna. Heavily disapprove," or something like that.
What if he goes like, "Can I speak with the cook?" And the waiter's like, "Absolutely not." Like,
We
that's
don't
the
do that
dumbest
here.
fucking question I've ever heard. What if the cook walks out and it's his grandma? And he's like, "Gam Gam, what did you do to the family recipe?"
soon? You immediately jump to that. The cook comes out. It's his grandma.
What, okay, what
We
if
gotta get them home. We gotta get them to
Yeah.
or to a
Okay, he's gonna save it.
montage
He's gonna
dancing
save it.
scene or something.
the waiter leaves?
She's just like so desperate, maybe.
Catherine just starts chugging wine.
Oh, just fucking boom.
Nick says, "Sorry, I'm just passionate about my grandma."
just love my grandma.
You remind me of her.
Ooh. And then she just goes, "Wow."
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, and then I think we're cutting into them like either at a club or they're literally just making out like it's a gazing look from her. Wow. And they look at each other. We have a moment, and then we're cutting straight into them making out, leading into his apartment or her apartment. Probably his because he's cooking.
Okay, how about this? Really quick. Enamored. Cool. Was never going to be able to spell that. Okay, so he goes, what if he just goes, "You want to go dancing?"
Okay.
And then she nods her head, starts chugging more wine. Cut to interior dance club, as the kids go to.
50 cents into clubs playing.
Okay, so Nick and Catherine are in the club, dancing their asses off. She is giving him a gazing, loving look. Not loving. What's that word I'm looking for? Like, she's attracted to
She's
him.
giving a gazing longing.
Longing.
Is that what you're thinking of? Or
Yeah, longing. What would it? I'm just gonna put a slash.
Fuck me eyes.
The fuck me eyes. She is desperate. So maybe we change him in the beginning so he's more of like maybe he's not talking crap about the lasagna, he is like,
It's kind of joking maybe.
but he's like all about it, and he's using lasagna's taste to like up his own story. Like this is so good, and I used to make it with my grandma, so like I'm that good. And then he's like, "Can I speak to the chef?" And he's like, "No, absolutely not."
Absolutely not.
We keep the same lines.
I learned to cook with my grandma as a kid. Some of my favorite memories are from cooking with her.
Oh, he goes, oh.
This is almost as good as my grandma's lasagna. Maybe.
So now he's super enamored with his grandma. She's pretty into him. Sorry, I'm passionate about my grandma. She's like, wow. He goes, you want to go dancing? They threw back some more drinks. Then I don't think we can just have them exit the club. Wouldn't even need that part. And then we are in his apartment.
Okay.
So
Like
what
the
was our
hallway.
character's name? Nick.
Nick and Catherine.
Interior Nick's apartment, making out. They awkwardly waddle down the hallway backwards,
Maybe knocking shit over.
kissing. No, I think they're going straight down the hall, making out, but like one of them has to do this the whole time, and they're like shuffling side by side, is what I'm imagining. And then
I just had a.
they knock over a plate.
He knocks over a picture of his grandma, and he freaks out about it. So he picks, he's like, "Oh no, I broke the frame." He picks it up, but then it leads into more it leads to like a grandma punchline. That's the only thing. If we do like,
Okay, let's just say he knocks over a picture of his grandma and leave it at that. He says, "Cam, cam."
Cam.
But he moves on. They make out, go in the room. Okay, then we're in Nick's room.
It's just like a bed, right? They're just, we fade into black on them
Yeah.
on the bed.
Yeah, they plop on the bed and kiss a bit. Catherine wakes up, and Nick is gone. Where could he be? She looks around. This is not how you should write scripts, folks.
That's all right.
And then we just cut to
Kitchen.
the kitchen.
Think he's fucking like butt ass naked?
We're not doing a butt ass naked,
Well, we don't have to show it.
but
Just
He
show from the top.
is in his underwear. We'll do that. We'll give you that much.
I think we could do naked. I
Okay.
think, but
You know what? How about this? He is naked.
because if he's cooking like fucking with oil and shit, he could burn himself too. Oh, an apron, naked with an apron. There we go.
Well, you know what? You could film it so like if you look at our kitchen, there's a bar. So you can film it to where you're pointing at the kitchen, but you can't see his lower half, but he's clearly shirtless. And then you have her walk around the corner and be like, whoa!
Okay.
All right, so he's naked. We can't see his lower half. Cooking bacon and throwing in more ingredients. And then Catherine turns the corner, shocked to see him naked. And she says, whoa!
Whoa!
With a B.
Hey there, big fella.
Hey there, big fella.
Hey, you're awake. Hey, sleepyhead.
Hey, sleepyhead. Little peck.
Try some of my grandma's recipe. That's what it has to lead into. This thing he's cooking up is his grandma's recipe for sure.
Made some of my grandma's
My grandma's famous. I don't know.
sausage.
Yeah,
No,
doesn't
he's
have to
making
be
bacon.
It doesn't have to be bacon,
Okay, yeah.
but just something raw, My grandma's famous.
just something raw.
This is my grandma's raw breakfast meal.
And she goes, "Oh boy, your grandma again." He dumps the food on the plate, drops it in front of Catherine. She is not impressed. The sausage is raw. And what does she say? What does she say when she sees it?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So far, our Catherine character has very little dialogue.
It's all face.
His old boy.
It's all facial expressions.
Ooh.
That face screams.
Ooh, I like that better. Ooh. Yum. He stares excitedly, waiting. It would be funny if he was like, "Yeah."
So?
And then he says,
Go on.
she's like,
Yeah.
bites the tip of the sausage,
Ew.
and she says, delicious.
Okay, this is where Nick's got to come in with something.
And he says, Grandma did it again. Fucking grandma's back at it.
Grandma did it again.
Grandma did it again. Like, he uses his grandma as like I'm getting laid after she eats this fucking sausage.
Okay.
Okay, so she's got to get out of here. She just ate raw pork.
Yeah.
She's not having a good time. This just went south.
Should he push her to finish it?
So she right here.
I think it's like a question maybe. She's trying to stall.
Right, she's like, I gotta go, and he's like, but you don't want to finish your pork or your sausage?
Yeah.
I'm just really not that hungry.
I never eat in the morning, something like that. I really have to get going. I have a workout class. Maybe we can build that. I have a yoga class it's got to be working out though. It's got to be like I have a training session.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
she's gonna say where she's going next.
Yeah.
Okay. So he cheers excitedly. I'm picturing like a Schmidt from New Girl. He's like, Grandma did it again. Right? And then she says, Well,
I really got to get going.
this
This has been great.
has just been fantastic.
Tell your grandma I said I love her sausage.
Tell your grandma I love her sausage.
I don't know, is that too on the nose?
It's great. It's great sausage.
It really is.
And then he says, my grandma has been dead for 12 years.
Well, she's listening now.
But she's in heaven listening now. And she says,
He looked up.
great. He looks up, hand over heart. He looks up.
Love you, Grandma.
She's been dead for 12 years, but she's in heaven listening now. She goes, great. So I have a fitness class in an hour. So I got to take off. And then Nick is just head over not head over heels. He is like just so excited, like he fucking killed it. She's a big fan. Ecstatic is the word with himself. That's not how you spell ecstatic. We're inside a fitness center of sorts. Fitness class. It's the day. It's noon specifically.
Yeah.
Gotta have it noon. And Catherine is in the midst of her fitness class, as we just stated.
Do you want a fitness trainer?
Yeah, there's a fitness instructor. And she's just got to say something kind of vague in the background that you go, what the fuck did she just say? And then we're going to move on from it really quick.
Okay.
Ladies, keep those cores tight. Why do we got to keep those cores tight?
Keep those cores tight, ladies. Keep those cores tight. I want to see those glutes moving. I want to see.
Maybe maybe they're doing like kicks, and she's like, all right, 1, 2, and get back. Get back.
Stay back.
Stay away.
And 1, and 2, and stay back, you son of a bitch. Just fucking screams.
Catherine does the kicks as well, but her stomach is not feeling good. Something is up. She keeps kicking. And then we could probably just cut to her walking out of the...
Yeah, walks out of the gym, taking deep breaths, sits on the curb.
Her stomach is
Her stomach's rumbling.
But then
Something.
grounds.
Yeah.
Rumbling, growling sound. She grabs it, leans over a bit. She is not doing hot. Catherine says, "God damn you, Gam Gam."
Just then, Nick shows up.
Just then, Nick shows up. Fucking Nick.
Hey, you work out here too?
Oh, hey, Nick.
And then
Get back! You can stay back.
I brought some of Grandma's famous sausage.
Yeah, he goes,
That's this moment of like,
glad I ran into you. I have some leftover grandma sausage.
it's like a Ziploc bag.
Ziploc bag. She projectile vomits all over him. End scene?
That I feel like that's a tidy
In the
ending.
movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that funny?
yeah. She projectile vomits, and then he's just like, I don't know, shaking his head or something. Or how can we bring the grandma back? He looks up, and she looks up too. I don't know.
I think that's a nice little tidy script right there.
Gam Gam sausage. Interior of a fancy restaurant at nighttime. It's dimly lit, nice waiters, fancy place. Nick in his late 30s and Catherine, late 20s. They have nice food in front of them. Lasagna for him, chicken parmesan for her, wine, candles. Nick continues to talk. Catherine is enamored.
Oh, incredible. Amazing. This is almost as good as my grandma's lasagna. You know, I learned to cook with my grandma as a kid. Some of my favorite memories were from cooking with her.
Yeah?
Excuse me, waiter. My grandma would love this masterpiece of lasagna. Can I speak with the chef?
Absolutely not.
The waiter leaves. Catherine starts chugging wine.
Sorry, I'm just passionate about my grandma. You remind me of her.
Wow.
So, you want to go dancing?
Catherine nods her head, starts chugging more wine. Interior of a dance club later that night. Nick and Catherine are in the club, dancing their asses off. She's giving a gazing, longing look. The fuck me eyes. She's desperate.
I'm desperate.
She and Nick are dancing. They throw back a couple of drinks. We exit the club, interior of Nick's apartment, in his living room that night. They burst through the door, making out. They awkwardly waddle down the hall. Waddle?
They waddle.
Are they a couple of penguins?
Their legs are going back and forth side by side as they're
They're
like,
all torso as they awkwardly waddle down the hallways backwards while kissing. They knock over a picture of Nick's grandma.
Gam Gam.
But he moves on. They make out and go into the room. Interior of Nick's apartment, his bedroom at nighttime. They plop on the bed. A sexy movement. And good kiss a bit.
We've all seen that.
We fade to black because this is a PG rated podcast. Interior of Nick's apartment in the bedroom. It's morning time. Catherine wakes up. Nick is gone? Question mark. Master, where could he be? She looks around. Interior of Nick's apartment in the kitchen. He is naked. We can't wait to see his lower half. Cooking bacon and throwing in more ingredients. Catherine turns the corner, shocked to see him naked.
whoa, hey there, big fella.
Oh, hey, sleepyhead.
To kiss.
Made some of my grandma's famous sausage.
Oh boy, your grandma again.
He dumps the food on a plate, drops it in front of Catherine. She is not impressed. The sausage is raw.
Ooh. Yum.
He stares excitedly,
Go on.
waiting for her to try. Catherine slowly bites the tip of the sausage.
Mmm. Delicious.
Grandma did it again.
himself. He cheers excitedly.
Well, this has just been fantastic. Tell your grandma I love her sausage. It's great sausage.
Catherine, my grandma's been dead for 12 years. But she's in heaven, listening now.
Hand over heart, he looks upwards.
Great. So I have a fitness class in an hour, so I gotta take off.
She leaves the sausage. Nick is ecstatic with himself. Scene 7, interior of a fitness center, fitness class at noon. Catherine is in the midst of her fitness class.
Ladies, keep those cores tight.
She starts doing side kicks.
And 1, and 2, and stay back, and stay back.
Catherine does kicks as well, but her stomach is not feeling well. Something is up. She keeps kicking. Scene 7, exterior of a fitness class. Later. She steps out of the center, her stomach rumbling, growling sound. She grabs it, leaning over a bit. She is not doing hot.
God damn you, Gam Gam.
Just then, Nick shows up.
Hey, you work out here too?
Oh, hey Nick.
Hey, I'm glad I ran into you. I have some leftover grandma sausage.
He holds up the Ziploc bag of sausage. She projectile vomits all over.
Blah.
The end. That's everything for you. We've emptied out the
old noggin.
The old noggins. They're completely clear. We don't even have enough words to finish these sentences.
We brainstormed it up.
We brainstormed it up. In the comments below, please tell us what you're working on. Let us know what you're writing, and stay creative.
Remember, folks, a story's only driven by your imagination.
A story's only driven, new tagline, a story's only driven by your imagination.